Good afternoon. I'm going to speak with you just briefly about how I became Dawn Grace Jones, RN JD, or Dawn Grace Jones Esquire, RN. I became this person after experiencing wonderful things. So let me tell you about this journey. I started off knowing always that I wanted to be a nurse. I was a very sickly child and I wanted to help children, so I thought. So when I finished high school, and I say so I thought, I'm going to tell you why. When I finished high school, I did go to nursing school. I ended up at Florida A&M School of Nursing. Awesome program. While in nursing school, we have to do a clinical. And in doing the clinical rotations, you're learning all the different areas, but hands-on. When I got to that part, I wanted to really focus on pediatrics. You have to learn all the parts, but that was my thing. And so when I got into the pediatric area, I found that because many children were being abused, and it's in your face, but your job is to help care for the child, help in getting this child better on the health continuum from illness to wellness, and not focus on all these other things that you become aware of. Well, that was very difficult for me. So I realized focusing on pediatrics as my area for life was not going to work for me because of that. And there are other things. Children are not always abused. They're just sick children. I understand that. But that part of it was difficult for me, and I'm being transparent. So I went to nursing school. I love nursing school, though. You say, I can't stand blood. I can't stand when this happens. I won't be able to accept that. And you get in nursing school and you find out you can. You can. Because at first it's a shocker. And for a while it may be, but you get through it. And we were in the first class to take the National Council licensure examination, and that's the NCLEX. I was in the first class to take that examination, and it was a very scary time for us because we didn't know what to expect because this was a new exam. This state board was formatted different from any state board that had been in place before. So we didn't know what to think, but we knew we had to work hard, and we were well prepared. One of my instructors asked me how did I feel about it, and I said, well, I don't have a choice, I have to pass. And when I told her that, she says, because of the way you answered, I know you will, and I have confidence that you will. I know you're going to do well. Well, my class was one that everybody planned to go beyond our bachelor's degrees. And so at that time, I was going to get my master's as a nurse practitioner and then go on. And at that time, it was a PhD you would get. And I planned to do that. I finished nursing school. I was on the National Dean's List. I graduated with honors. A lot of fun, feeling real good about myself. Finished school. It became the time for me to start to think about the next step. And it was right away, by the way. And as I considered the next step, somebody said, you should go to law school. Never thought about law school, never dreamed of law school, never wanted law school. Nothing, that was not my path, I thought. But I was talked into it because I knew I wanted to teach. And someone said, Dawn, you could teach if you're an attorney. You can do a lot of things and teach. I said, okay. And I took the NCLEX, the examination, the admittance, oh my God, I can't think, but the examination to get in law school. And when I took that, I did great on the LSAT. And I got into the University of Miami unexpectedly. And I say that because I only applied to the University of Miami. Got into that school, did not know better. Everybody applied, 5 schools, 3 schools, 7 schools. I applied at UM, got in UM. I didn't know any better. Honestly, I'm being transparent. In law school is pretty difficult for me. I worked I worked almost full time, and I was a full time student. After the first year, you can work in this program. So I worked because I needed to. And I worked in the emergency room, which was a great fit for me. But I had to focus on that part of my life. Got through law school, another big examination. First thing I did in law school, out of law school, is work as a medical legal consultant. And in doing so, I helped other attorneys with their medical or injury type cases, both sides, defense and plaintiffs. I did. And I stumbled into immigration law. Ended up this known immigration litigator and did quite well in the area until someone told me the city attorney's office, somebody needed to talk to me from that office, found out they needed someone to come and work workers' compensation cases who understood medical, it would be better. So I went, I took the job, and I was an assistant city attorney for a couple of years. Great job litigating workers' compensation cases for the government. Left there, went back into private practice as a personal injury attorney, immigration attorney, title work, doing real estate, contracts. Became an arbitrator for the Better Business Bureau. Certified by the Better Business Bureau, lemon law cases, and from there started to work as a special magistrate. And it's been great, but I also kept my hand in nursing. What do I mean by that? I worked as an assistant manager of ICU. I worked home health high tech. I also worked as a risk manager, more recently, risk legal for a major healthcare company. And in doing so, I was asked to put a lecture together on documentation. Well, I focus on the legal aspects, being an attorney, and not getting sued. How can I help my colleagues not get sued? I still do that lecture today. And I have an ebook that goes with that. And I talk to pharmacists, I talk to medical students, I talk to doctors, I talk to everybody. Because if I can help you not get sued, that's my goal. And I love it. That's what I do now. And I still work as a special magistrate. So that's how I became me. Go to dawngracejones.com. Check out what I do. Make a time to talk to me so we can really have a conversation. Schedule me to come to your facility or your group to talk to you guys about not getting sued. I also lecture on risk management. I lecture on different things, and I love doing it, mixing my medical and legal backgrounds. Hi, I'm Dawn Grace Jones. Take care.